Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson is presented by Acti-Statin, Adena Springs, Ashford Stud, Bloodstock Research, Castleton Lions, Claiborne Farm, Crestwood Farm, Darby Dan Farm, Gainesway, Hillendale Farm, Horse Sense, Keeneland, Juddmont Farm, Lanes End, Malones, OCD Pellets, Pin Oak Stud, Quillen Leather and Tack, Ramard, Sally Horse Fans, Shadwell Farm, Spendthrift Farm, Three Chimneys Farm, and Windstar Farm.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Thoroughbred Week, featuring a big weekend for 3-year-olds, including a top Kentucky Derby prospect for trainer Shug McGahee and a long shot winner of the Grade 2 Risen Star Stakes. We begin with sprinters at Santa Anita in the Grade 2 San Carlos Stakes. The Lumber Guy, the 9-5 favorite, Trevor Denman picks up the call.
They've run past the 3/8 pole. Comet to the top, down at the rail. Justin Phillip has not given him a breather. These two stride for stride. They clear by 4 to Sahara Sky. Midnight Transfer. The Lumber Guy's losing ground. Then Canonized Drill. And Capital Account starting to wind up from last. Top of the lane, Comet to the top now, and Justin Phillip. They still the leaders, chased home by Midnight Transfer, Sahara Sky, Capital Account and Drill. They come for home, Comet to the top, Midnight Transfer on the inside, Sahara Sky, Comet to the top, Capital Account with a late run. Sahara Sky going to get there, Sahara Sky to win it. Sahara Sky has won the San Carlos.
Sahara Sky rallies to win by 3/4 of a length over late closing Capital Account. The winner-coated co-high weight of 123 pounds and Joe Talamo in 121-1, a 104 brisk speed rating. Now 4 for 6 over the track, Sahara Sky returned from a 7-month layoff to take the Grade 2 Palos Verdes Stakes in his latest. The 5-year-old horse by Pleasant Tap was bred in Florida by Martin Stables Incorporated. He was acquired privately by trainer Jerry Hollendorfer and Sweetwater Stable after winning a maiden claimer at Delta Downs as a 2-year-old. Sahara Sky has earned $356,000. Entering stud at Crestwood Farm is Country Day, a versatile son of leading sire Speightstown. Country Day won or placed in 8 stakes, earning over $500,000. Country Day stands for $5,000 live full. Share the Upside is available. To Fairgrounds for the Grade 3 MINESHAFT Handicap. Mark Valesky, the 9-10 favorite. John Dooley has the call.
So it's Hero of Order, a half mile from home in the MINESHAFT. Half mile in 49 3/5 seconds. Infratini is right with Hero of Order. Golden Ticket third, and also getting closer now. But with 3 furlongs to go, Mark Valesky fourth and riding the rail. Macho Bull now being asked to pick up. So too Raison d'Etat. Cool Street is 8 from these leaders as they close ranks as they come toward the quarter pole. Hero of Order just headed by Infratini. Golden Tickets move. Macho Bull 4 wide. Mark Valesky is spying a gap, now switched out. Cool Street on the far outside, then Raison d'Etat. Across the track, a furlong to go. Here comes Mark Valesky's run. Golden Ticket matching Mark Valesky, but past the 16th, Mark Valesky has taken the lead close to home. Mark Valesky.
Odds-on favorite Mark Valesky gets up to defeat long shot Cool Street by a length. Rosie Napravnik aboard the Keeneland Cells graduate in 144-4. A close second in both the Grade 2 Risen Star Stakes and the Grade 2 Louisiana Derby over the track at 3. Mark Valesky went to the sidelines for 8 months after taking the Grade 2 Peter Pan Stakes last May. In his first start back, the Larry Jones trainee faded to second in the Louisiana Handicap. The 4-year-old colt by Proud Citizen was bred in Kentucky by his owner, Brereton C. Jones. Mark Valesky has earned $541,000. Mark Valesky paid $380 to win and is the Malone's Favorite of the Week, presented by Malone's, Lexington's favorite steakhouse. Watch Thoroughbred Week replays online at tbredweek.com. Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with turf racing in this segment. We begin at Gulfstream Park with the Grade 3 Canadian Turf Stakes. Data Link, the 11-10 favorite, Larry Comas has the call.
146 and 4 for a half mile into the far turn. Global Power, Joe's Blazing Aaron. How great to the outside of them. Down at the rail comes Beauchois. Data Link's got a swing up on the far outside. Za Approval's got nowhere to go, and then it's Empire Builder, and they're into the stretch, and it's Joe's Blazing Aaron. Global Power gives way. Beauchois comes up the rail. Data Link is coming on. Then Za Approval. How great didn't go on today. Data Link will try to run down Joe's Blazing Aaron. Here's Data Link in the center of the course, and Data Link and Javier Castellano win the Canadian turf.
The heavy favorite Data Link by Claiborne Farm Stag and Warfront runs by long shot Joe's Blazing Aaron to score by a length. The third winner on the card for Javier Castellano, the mile in 133 flat. Data Link finished third in this race last year, then went on to capture the Grade 1 Maker's Mark Mile. This was his first start since he won the Grade 2 Citation Handicap in November. The 5-year-old horse was bred in Kentucky by his owner, Stuart S. Janney III. The first of two graded stakes winners on the card for Janney and trainer Shug McGahee. Data Link has earned nearly $764,000. Next, the Grade 3 Fairgrounds Handicap. Optimizer, the even money favorite, John Dooley has the call.
Will Coxon has made every yard so far, with Optimizer still in chase mode. Will Coxon leads the way from Optimizer, now in the shadow of the quarter pole. 2 months rent is picking it up. Here's 2 months rent, now coming to take on Will Coxon, then Bim Bam, and Caballero was last. They've turned the corner in the Fairgrounds Handicap. Will Coxon, Optimizer now sent on through up the fence by John Court. And Optimizer has taken up the running from Will Coxon, and they're deep in the final furlong. 2 months rent, Bim Bam and Caballero last. It's Optimizer well inside the final half furlong. Optimizer in the Fairgrounds Handicap. Optimizer.
The heavy favorite Optimizer by Lanes in Stag in English Channel draws off to defeat Bim Bam by 2 lengths. The winner under high weight of 120 pounds and John Court in 156 flat over the soft going. After finishing off the board in all 3 Triple Crown events last year, Optimizer switched to the turf to take the Grade 3 Kent Stakes in course record time at Delaware Park. The D. Wayne Lucas trainee opened this season with a front running score in the Grade 3 Colonel E.R. Bradley Handicap over the Fairgrounds turf. The 4-year-old colt was bred in Kentucky by Bluegrass Hall LLC. Now racing in the name of Calumet Farm, Optimizer has earned nearly $627,000. The Lanes in Stag of the week is Keeneland, who came away with a hugely successful weekend as the number 3 sophomore sire in the nation. Led by Stone Street bred Callis Keeneland, who romped by 4 in the Island Fashion Stakes, Keeneland also sired 2 graded stakes place runners with Palace Malice in the Risen Star and Blue Violet in the Rachel Alexandra. Call Lane's End to purchase a season to the very hot Keeneland. Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the long shot winner of the Grade 2 Risen Star Stakes coming up in this segment. 3-year-old stakes action is presented by BC2A Paste. Reduce the likelihood of tying up with BC2A Paste. We begin with fillies at Fairgrounds and the Grade 3 Rachel Alexandra Stakes. Undefeated Unlimited Budget, the 3-2 favorite. John Dooley picks up the call.
3 furlongs from home. Dancing in the Circle continues to cut it out. Dancing in the Circle, holding on to this lead from Finding More. Now Unlimited Budget starts to rally on the outside, and here comes Unlimited Budget as they've brought Dancing in the Circle right back to the fold as they turn for home. 3/4 and 1, 12 and 1 into the stretch where Unlimited Budget has taken the lead. They're in the final furlong and a half. Unlimited Budget is in front now. Dropping back was Dancing in the Circle, Finding More. Blue Violet, Promise Me More staying on. Every Way is next. Inside the final 16th, it's Unlimited Budget with a winning start to the season. Unlimited Budget, 3 for 3. And she wins the Rachel Alexandra.
Favorite Unlimited Budget strolls home by 3 3/4 lengths over long shot Promise Me More. The third stakes victory on the card for Rosie Napravnik. The OBS Cells graduate clocked in 145 and 1. A first out maiden winner by 9.5 lengths at Aqueduct in November. The Todd Pletcher trainee wrapped up her 2-year-old campaign with a front running score in the Grade 2 Demoiselle Stakes. This was her first start off a 2-month layoff. The filly by Street Sense was bred in Florida by Ocala Stud and was a $475,000 OBS March 2-year-old. Unlimited Budget has earned $310,000 for Rapoli Stable. American Produce Records is now available online. Visit brisnet.com/APR for unlimited access to the pedigrees of more than 3 million thoroughbreds for just $275 a year. To Gulfstream Park for the Grade 2 Davona Dale Stakes. Dreaming of Julia, the 9-10 favorite, Larry Comas picks up the call.
Live Lively keeps on rolling along on the lead here, 3 lengths ahead of Dreaming of Julia after a half in 46 3/5 seconds. Then it's Private Ensign outside of Lady Banks and a long way last year's Twice Told Tale who's not going on today. Around the far turn, Live Lively continues to lead the way. And now John Velasquez once more from Dreaming of Julia. She's a 1.5 lengths behind Live Lively. She's under a ride. Private Ensign's got 4 lengths to make up, and they make their way to the top of the stretch. Live Lively has led every step of the way and turns for home with a 2-length lead on Dreaming of Julia, who's running after her now in second. Private Ensign is third. Live Lively trying to hold off the challenge of Dreaming of Julia, who keeps fighting, but Live Lively's got the lead, and Live Lively has wired the field in the Davona Dale.
2-1 second choice Live Lively takes the field gate to wire to defeat odds-on favorite Dreaming of Julia by a 1.5 lengths. Joel Rosario aboard the Keeneland Sales Graduate in 142-1. Live Lively broke her maiden in her second start at Aqueduct in November, then opened the current campaign with an 11.5 length allowance score at Gulfstream Park. The filly by Medalla d'Oro was bred in Kentucky by Edward A. Cox Jr. Mark Hennig trains the winner for Lee Lewis. Live Lively has earned $220,000. The filly was consigned by John J. Greeley III, Wintergreen Farm Agent, to the 2011 Keeneland September yearling sale, where she was purchased by Lavin Bloodstock for $160,000. Davona Dale Stakes winner Live Lively, the Keeneland Sales Graduate of the Week. Next, the Turf Paradise Derby. California shipper Persuasive Paul, the 2-1 favorite. Michael Chamberlain picks up the call.
Tis Fitting says, well, I'm not waiting anymore, and Tis Fitting goes right on to take the lead. Brokered, though, is attacking on the outside, and between that pair is Red Zeus, who's hanging in well. Stone Ridge Gold races in fourth. Also moving up is Persuasive Paul, but still has 5 lengths to come. Glencoe Kid is trying to rally from last. Hard 9 has now been shuffled back. Also dropping back, We Can Be Heroes, and Mark is the trailer. The half was 47-1. 6 furlongs in 1:11-3 to the top of the stretch. It's Brokered. Brokered now confronted by Persuasive Paul on the outside. These two have gone past Tis Fitting, who's in tight down on the rail, and Persuasive Paul now takes the lead. It is Persuasive Paul in front, deep in the stretch of the Turf Paradise Derby. Persuasive Paul wins the Turf Paradise Derby, going away.
The favorite Persuasive Paul draws off to defeat Brokered by 3 3/4 lengths. Joe Steiner aboard the 3-time OBS Sales Graduate in 144 flat. One of several potential classic prospects for trainer Doug O'Neill, Persuasive Paul finished 6th in a key Santa Anita allowance race won by Super 99, who came back to take the Grade 3 Southwest Stakes by nearly a dozen lengths. The colt by Omanivore was bred in Florida by William Kearns. A $45,000 OBS June 2-year-old, Persuasive Paul has earned $93,000 for John Fuller. To Sunland Park for the Mind That Bird Derby. Dry Summer, the 6-5 favorite. Robert Geller has the call.
Heading inside the 3.5, and Eyes in Command by a length to Dry Summer and Show Some Magic on the outside. Really Awesome, the rail needs a run. Here's Storm Driver launching an attack right around the outside, and the race on in earnest now, and Show Some Magic goes up with Dry Summer, 3 and 4 wide. Here comes Storm Driver. Really Awesome's in behind the pack, and a long last is Hardliner. They wheel for the judge in the Mind That Bird Derby, and Dry Summer out in front with Show Some Magic. Really Awesome's behind them, not doing much. Down the lane, Dry Summer tackled by Show Some Magic on the outside, and then came Storm Driver, but Dry Summer equal to the task, and Dry Summer slips away inside the final 16th, and Dry Summer goes on to win the Mind That Bird Derby pretty well.
Favorite Dry Summer overcomes the Crawling Pace to defeat Show Some Magic by a length and a half. A 1-2 finish by Keeneland Sells graduates. Carlos Madera up in 1:45-1. Winner of his first 3 starts in Southern California last summer for trainer Jeff Mullins, including the Oak Tree Juvenile Turf at Del Mar. Dry Summer was transferred to the barn of Joel Marr following a 4th-place finish at the Grade 3 Sham Stakes in his 3-year-old debut. And he regained his winning form with an allowance victory at Sunland Park in his first start for his current trainer. The Ridgeline by Any Given Saturday was bred in Kentucky by Richard Schultz and was a $120,000 OBS April 2-year-old. Dry Summer has earned $205,000 for Sam Britt and Michael House. Back to fairgrounds for the Grade 2 Risen Star Stakes. Normandy Invasion, the 3-2 favorite. Once again, here's John Dooley.
They head to the half-mile pole. Code West has taken a short lead from Proud Strike with 4 furlongs to go. And just off them is Oxbow. My Loot is a close 4th agent in 5th. Circle Unbroken a wide 6th. Toward the inside is Golden Soul. Palace Malice now gains ground between horses. Then comes Hard Rock 11, who's under pressure with I've Struck a Nerve. Normandy Invasion is wide, but going past rivals. Normandy Invasion's come past a few. Bethel's dropped back to last. The half-mile went in 1:12-3 as they turn for home now. And it's Oxbow who's taken the lead. My Loot on the outside and under pressure. Code West charging on the far outside. Palace Malice along with I've Struck a Nerve. Normandy Invasion is 8th. They're in the final furlong. It's Oxbow. Here comes Palace Malice. Far outside is I've Struck a Nerve. Code West is battling with the rail. A mad dash to the wire. It's I've Struck a Nerve. I've Struck a Nerve and Code West in a close Risen Star photo.
And let's take another look at that photo finish. As Oxbow starts to drop back, the battle is between Code West on the rail under Martin Garcia and I've Struck a Nerve and James Graham in the middle of the track. And 135-1 long shot, I've Struck a Nerve gets up to take the photo by a nose. Palace Malice 3rd for a sweep by Keeneland Sells graduates. Time of the race 1:44-2. I've Struck a Nerve making his 4th start during the fairgrounds meeting. A maiden winner sprinting over the track in November and runner-up in the 6-furlong Sugar Bowl Stakes in December. I've Struck a Nerve stretched out to 2 turns to finish a well-beaten 4th in the Grade 3 Lecomte Stakes in his 3-year-old debut. The current leader in Kentucky Derby eligibility points is trained by Keith DeSormo. The colt by Yankee Gentleman was bred in Kentucky by Brereton C. Jones and originally sold for $1,700 at the Keeneland November sale. A $17,000 OBS August yearling turned $82,000 OBS April 2-year-old. I've Struck a Nerve has earned $305,000 for Big Chief Racing, LLC.
Thoroughbred Week is presented by Remard's total line of equine products featuring Total Calm and Focus, the leading calming product on racetracks nationwide. For further information, please log on to remardinc.com.
Time now for the feature race of the week presented by Keeneland, investing in racing's future since 1936. To Gulfstream Park for the Grade 2 Fountain of Youth Stakes. Undefeated Violence, the 3-5 favorite. Here's the call by Larry Colmus.
They're racing in the Bessie Lou Stables, Fountain of Youth, and Majestic Hussar broke very well and goes out to take the early lead, and Violence is right behind him on the inside and will tuck in behind the pace setter. Chero is running 3rd and now moves up a spot into 2nd, with Senor Quiscayano going up on the outside of them. El Mutahid is 5th early, 4 lengths off the lead, 2.5 to Speak Logistics. Orban, he's had enough for next, and Longshot Joshua's Comprise is way out of it early. They make their way to the backstretch, 23 flat. A solid first fraction here for Majestic Hussar, who leads it by a length and a half. Charo and Senor Quiscayano are 2nd and 3rd. Violence in a good spot down the backstretch. Now 2.5 lengths off the lead and 4th. El Mutahid is next by another 4.5. Speak Logistics and Orba right together, and then He's Had Enough and Joshua's Comprise far out of it. 45-2 for a half mile. Very fast here as they enter the turn. Majestic Hussar speeding right along, and Violence is second now. And he's edging closer to the pacemaker. And Chero goes with him on the outside. Senor Quiscayano has dropped back. Then comes Orb, who's in the midst of his run. He's got 6 to make up. Then Speak Logistics, and he's had enough. And Violence confronts Majestic Hussar at the top of the stretch. They went 3/4 in 1:08 and 4. Orb is third and closing in at the top of the lane. It's Violence in front. On the outside, Orb comes after him. Majestic Hussar is at the rail. Orb runs by Violence. Orb has taken the lead, and Orb on the outside has won the Bessie Lou Stables Fountain of Youth.
Orb circles the field to defeat Violence by half a length. The odds-on favorite sustained a fracture to his right front medial sesamoid and is off the Kentucky Derby trail. John Velasquez riding the winner for the first time in 142 and 1. The Shug McGahee trainee is working on a 3-race winning streak. A maiden winner going a mile at Aqueduct in his 2-year-old finale. Orb opened the current campaign by taking an allowance optional claimer at 1 1/8 at Gulfstream Park. The regally bred colt by Sprinthrift Farm Stag and Malibu Moon was bred in Kentucky by his owners, Stuart S. Jenny III and Phipps Stable. Orb has earned $321,000. John Velasquez with the Safe Ride of the Week, presented by Sally Horse Fans, the safest way to the winner's circle. We'll see you next week here on Thoroughbred Week.
Thoroughbred Week is produced by John Henderson in association with Scott Ryan, Lexington, Kentucky.